Yo, what's up guys? It's been a while I made a video. I have told you guys last time that I've been having some trouble making sales. Almost went 3 weeks, 2 weeks I believe, without making a single sale, right? I'm just on my way out to get out of this whole bad market as they call it. Wanted to share how I'm doing it. Alright, so first of all, what is a bad market? As it sounds, apparently I was in a spiral down of people who are seeing people who are just not in the best position to buy insurance. In my case, they were single mothers who are just scratching and clawing their way through life trying to, get by. They barely have money for rent most of the time. Now I'm standing in front of them trying to sell them some insurance. So they're not with it. And even if some of them did get it, I always felt like it was forced, and on my way out, I could sense that they would probably cancel within a few days. So finally, I have been sitting again with full families, mother, father, and kids. And fathers are working. Feels wonderful. They're not fidgeting with their phone when I'm talking to them and showing them insurance. They're actually listening, asking questions. I feel the seriousness in the atmosphere, and I love it. So, how did I get out of it? Basically, first of all, to give a little background, I'll tell you what not to do. In the beginning, when I was in my bad market, and it kept, it crept up on me after a week that, holy shit, I'm not making any sales and it's not looking good. And other people in the office were also saying things like, oh yeah, I was in a bad market once for like a month and then I slowly got out of it. And I heard those things, and for some reason I took it as that it's a phase you go through, and the faster I see a lot of people, the faster I'll get out of it. So I thought it was about frequency. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I'm going to see a lot of people, make a lot of appointments, and just pass this phase by. And as I'm here to tell you, that didn't work, because as the statement goes, birds of a feather do flock together. I kept on getting referred to more and more single mothers with kids who are scratching and clawing their way through and they don't have money. So what I did next was ask my manager, my manager actually came up to help me. He's like, okay, this is what you do. And this changed everything. This is what caused me. Just change one thing and then I'm off to a better direction now. And that is this. You must qualify your referrals. So I'm not sure about anybody who's watching this, how their company does it to gather referrals, but whenever you're getting the people's names and you get their phone numbers, right? That's what I do first. I just get name, phone number to get them spit out as many people as they can. And then after that, I would normally go and just ask them brief questions like, are they working? Which area do they live in? If they're Bronx or Queens or wherever they are, right? But now I take it like few steps ahead of that, like further than that. So this is what I ask now. So they say, let's say 7 names, and the last one is James. I say, all right, last one is James, nowhere else, no more people, one more people. They say, no, or whatever. And then they're like, okay, James, is he in Bronx or Queens, or where does he live? You say Bronx. You qualify that to a higher degree of location. So South Bronx, West Bronx, North Bronx, where? Okay, this way you have ability to group all your people in one place, right? But aside from that, you also ask, are they married or single? That way, it just tells you that if there's a significant other in the family, okay? And then if then, best to their knowledge, you get that down. And you don't just brush through it like married or single, best to your knowledge. You don't say that phrase. You say, are they married or single? We need to know, because when we call them, we'd like to let them know that we want to sit with both of them together. Make it very solid. And after you know that, you ask them, are they working? Then it answers a lot of the parts, because if you know if they're married, they have kids, and they're both working, that's almost enough, that's very good client right there, right? If they're married people who have kids and they're both working, then affordability shouldn't be the issue. Then it's just you showing the need. So once you qualify that, and this is one last step I sometimes do depending on who's sitting across from me. If it's a skeptical person, then I wouldn't if I sense they're a little skeptical, they don't want to give too much information, I don't ask this last part. But if it's like somebody who's relatively young and they're just like, funny, rapport was really good, you ask them like, how old are this? How old is James? James is like about what age? This really matters because if you're sitting down with people who's like 23, 24, they're not thinking about dying. People my age are not thinking about dying. They're thinking about making more money. And a lot of them act like they're invincible, right? So this rules out because you want to really sit down with people after 30, right? My best age would be around 45. I love 40s. I don't know why. 50s, it gets too expensive. So I kind of feel like iffy. Like 50-year-olds, I feel like I have to add a term life to it because so it, adds more coverage, at least in the face value, in the, the show of the policy. 40 years old, they get a nice whole life amount. And they're happy with that, right? Because it's not too expensive. So yeah, by doing this for everybody, and then when I have all these people in the end, when I go home from the day of all these referrals, I only call whole families who are working. Now, I try to see them in the end of the day. This is the second part of qualifying referrals, and booking. Booking is the second part, right? So you want to see these married people in the end of the day because that's when you have the best show ratio. Middle of the day, you can go see that single mother or, maybe another family who's maybe one person is working, the other person is not, whatever the case may be. But this is what I did. I qualified my referrals and I booked them according to the, time of the day a bit better, and I'm on my way to a much better direction. I just got 3 sales yesterday. So I finally, felt like I did what I should have done to finally lay out this video. Hope that helped. Peace.